Your Royal Highness, ladies and gentlemen, very excited to be here today. Chair, thanks for having me. I'm going to be talking very quickly. I'm going to try and cover a lot of ground in the next 8 to 9 minutes. But my name is Tom Warner, and 11 years and 29 days ago, launched the greatest craft distillery on God's green earth to save the world from mediocre gin. That's our mission every day when we get up. We also, for the observant, you'll see we make more than gin, and I'll come on to that later, but that was the rallying call when we launched this business. Save the world from mediocre gin, because, as Jan's just pointed out, we live in a world dominated by mass-produced, value-engineered mediocrity, unfortunately, owned by big PLCs, corporations, only interested in driving money into shareholders. Well, we are the antidote for that. We are all about making you guys the tastiest drink in harmony with nature, crafted with nature, because real taste better and does better for the world. Farm-born British spirits. That is what we make at Warner's Distillery. We're very proud about the ingredients that we use. I think 75% of the ingredients we use are from our farm in Northamptonshire. 25% of the ingredients are from the rest of the UK. 1%, I know that doesn't add up perfectly, but it's roughly right. 1% of the ingredients, so 101%, 1% of the ingredients are actually imported. So we're really focused on supporting the flavours of the British countryside. You won't see us doing pineapple, mango flavours, limes and all that exotic stuff. It is about harnessing the mother nature that is around us, because that has been the inspiration for our business, and it's super important to our business, because if we lose it, we haven't got ingredients to make our products. So yeah, as I said, we launched with that rallying call to make gin. It was my wife and I converted the family farm. We met at Harper Adams. It was only briefly. She came to visit a friend. As you can see, I'm punching well above my level. And she walked across the dance floor, and the rest is history. So grow up on a farm. My entire life is food and drink. Even my wife's a farmer's daughter from Ireland. Anyone know Kyo's Potatoes? Her brother is actually a president of the Irish Potato Council. I don't think it gets more Irish than that. But my entire career, life, growing up on a farm, I like to say it's Enid Blyton meets slavery, because you're romping around the English countryside, having an absolutely blessed upbringing and existence, but you are in forced free labour from the day that you're born. Left there at 18, went off to Harper, had a fantastic time, ended up in East Africa as a coffee buyer, Karibu Asana, to Dr. Diana, who's just been on, and then went into the produce industry, where I was dealing with farmers all around the world, growing the stuff that we can't grow in the UK, so bananas, pineapples, oranges, all that kind of stuff, and then doing hostage negotiation with supermarket buyers. 3 years before leaving, and they are trained in hostage negotiation. 3 years before leaving the produce industry, I decided I was going to diversify the family farm, do something different with it, and started looking at lots of different ideas. This was late 2009 into 2010. And the penultimate idea we looked at after about 6 months, and I'm always envious of people that say, oh, it just hit me like a thunderbolt. We had to really work at this and tune into the natural assets that we had and what we could do. We ended up, the penultimate idea was producing essential oil. So the evolution of that was, what do you do with the still for the rest of the year? You can make booze. Why are we talking about plants? Let's make booze. We got very excited. And remember, this is what created agriculture. This is what created civilization as we know it. One day, 12,000 years ago, some porridge fermented around the campfire as we were hunter-gatherers cooking an antelope, living in groups of 20 people that didn't trust anyone else. Then we ate the porridge, freed ourselves from our prefrontal moody chimp cortex, invited the neighbours round for some of this fantastic porridge and thought we need a lot more of that, and started growing crops. So booze is what brings us all together as a civilization and created this wonderful world in which we live in. I've said most of the stuff on this slide. We make epic drinks in harmony with nature, and we concentrate on doing the right thing. Now, this is not an internal examination. I'm going to give you a quick tour of the family farm. So we're in Botanical Garden number 2. We've got 3 botanical growing areas at the farm, and sort of as we've grown, we've built them bigger and bigger and bigger. This is the number 2, and there's some lemon balm. You've got some lavender. We'll just go over some blackcurrant sage here. That's Martin the gardener. I think we're the only distillery in the world that has a full-time gardener, 3.2 miles of beds Martin has to look after. And Johnny, who's our conservation and sustainability manager, he also looks after 34 beehives at the farm, because those guys are doing a huge amount of work pollinating a lot of the ingredients that go into the gins, but also making honey that goes into some of our other gins. This is where the business began, a 200-year-old stone barn. This was our office, distillery. This is our first still, Curiosity. That's Gosha, Polish lady, fantastic palate. She blends all the spirits to bottle strength post-distillation. This was our world, this 200-year-old stone barn, and we've sort of grown organically on the farm since then. I think my dad sometimes describes it as growing like a cancer and thinks a lot of the stuff that we're doing is quite crazy. One of the examples of that is we're now growing dandelions to then roast. We dig them up, we roast them, and turn it into the spice of the British countryside. It actually gets you a botanical that tastes of coffee, chocolate, popcorn, black pepper, distilling that into a rum and making farm-born British rum, the spirit or the spice of the British countryside. Flying over the top of the farm here, down to, this is now significantly bigger. This was shot in 22. So we're up to 15 acres of botanicals, about 250,000 different plants, 750 trees that we are growing and managing to make you the tastiest drinks in the world. We've quantified that with the University of Nottingham using gas chromatography. Everything we grow at the farm has more essential oils in it than anything we can buy in. So that's why we do it. It's a painful way of doing it, but it makes you the best drink. Gonna have to canter because I'm running out of time. We are the #1 flavoured spirit, super premium flavoured spirit in the UK. Because my wife and I run the business together, we're part of a network called By Women Built, which is all about promoting female-founded and led businesses. Absolutely phenomenal network for any ladies in the room that want to get involved in that. It really is amazing. We're in over 28,000 stocking points in the on-trade in the UK. 0% innovation that we've done. Some of you might think it's a bit weird and witchcrafty. It's the fastest growing part of the business. We sell to 30 countries globally, just launching in the USA, which is super exciting. We've got some great distribution. We like to say this is more for the Americans because everything has to be bigger. So Warner's is the world's leading farm-born distillery. That's what we're leading with out there. And we got our B Corp certification at the back end of last year. Little bit of a touch to our commitment to doing the right thing at the farm in our journey to become the world's leading nature-driven, natural flavoured spirits business. We do right by our people, we do right by our commitment to the planet, doing epic drinks the right way and doing business right. I'm conscious I'm running out of time, so you can come and talk to me about more of that later. Mum, I apologise about language. These are actually our United in Spirit values. There's a couple of swear words in there, but it's how we want the team to act. And I wanted to show this picture because it actually shows that this picture has several different ethnicities, several different nationalities, several different sexualities, several different neurodivergent people in there, and it's predominantly female. And that is what makes a fantastic business and fantastic decision making. So thank you very much. There's 15% off the website for everyone, always selling. Thank you.